Land. This is Phoenix Dango. Thank you for coming into my channel. First things first, please subscribe. Help me get to 100 subs. Okay, so this video is going to be the top 10 ways that we can help Andrew Yang. Number one is obvious, donate. Even if it's $1, it shows individual contributions. I donated plasma, so I could go ahead and donate. It wasn't very much, but you know, every little bit helps. Two, subscribe, like, and share YouTube videos, and of course, watch. Reason for this is one, likes and subscriptions. Sorry, I can't speak today. They encourage the people creating the content to keep on doing it. I have my favorite ones. I try and watch every one that they do, and I like every one that they do. And then two, it lets them know that the content that they're creating is valued, and it helps them keep on going and spreading the word. I had one viewer that did not want to vote, but they ended up changing their mind and they started doing videos. So in my own little way, I was able to contribute. And then three, yeah, it helps spread the word to other people. People could accidentally go on it. People who don't necessarily want to vote for him could jump on there ready to jump on the bandwagon, or not jump on, but, you know, fight it. But, you know, his message makes so much sense that they could be persuaded. All right. The next one would be hashtags and that are going on in movements. Like, for instance, the Trump fears Yang hashtag. That went from a simple idea. I believe her name is Kagi. She had the idea, or I don't know, she got it from someone else, I'm not sure. But in one of her videos, she told everyone about it, and everyone started doing the hashtag Trump fears Yang, which ended up going viral and making the news. So participating in all these different events that they have online is really important because one, if the news picks it up, that's more exposure. Two, if you get someone like Trump to actually respond, that's even better because that's more exposure. And it puts him more in the game because as of right now, not as many people are debating him and his messages. We've heard Bernie Sanders say a couple things. We've heard Biden say a couple things, but it's not an overwhelming presence. So if someone were to, I don't want to, you know, create beef or anything like that, Andrew Yang runs a pretty smooth and clean campaign. So sometimes, you know, someone's got to do the dirty work. Let's leave them clean and we could do it. But, you know, hashtags that are going around, clicking on different people's things and sharing it, I think that's a wonderful way to help, especially with his internet presence. The more we keep him relevant, the more we keep him trending, the more of a chance that we have. The next one, number 4, would be to play playlists and videos of people who have content from Andrew Yang. The more content that is getting attention, it again solidifies the fact that there is actually interest in him. And, you know, searches and all that gets counted up. It doesn't necessarily go with the polls, but it does show that there's an interest in that people do want him and are considering him for his candidacy. A lot of times they try and minimize his candidacy as just a little fad from some kids and act like he doesn't really have hardcore supporters. And he really does. So the more that we make him visible, the more of a chance that we have. All right, the next one I have, number 5, the DNC. Call them directly. Their number is 202-863-8000. Now, the reason I say that is because we need to let them know that we want to hear more from Andrew Yang. Call them up. Say, you know, how can we trust the DNC if y'all are constantly trying to silence the candidate that me and a lot of other people want? How can we trust that? You know, people who want to vote for a switch over from Trump. How how am I going to switch over from Trump if the only person that I really want or consider valuable is Andrew Yang? So they need to see that Andrew Yang is a competitor for Trump and that he can actually beat him. And they need to see that people from all sides are considering him, because at the end of the day, they're more concerned with beating Trump than they are any of the issues, in my personal opinion. They don't really care about the freedom dividend. They don't care so much about the climate, the economy. They might be thinking about it, but their number one focus right now is beating Trump. So, in speaking their language, we have to show them that there are people from all different, political ties that want to hear from Andrew Yang. And the best way is to contact them directly and say, hey, we have been robbed of the opportunity of hearing his full plan, his full point of view. Y'all have left him out continuously of so many things, and I want to hear what he has to offer. Because without him, that leaves me with Trump. Scare them. They like scaring us about having Trump. Scare them right back. Say, convince me to vote for him instead of Trump. Let me hear from him. We have the primaries that are coming up, and it's important that he gets time to speak. I think if he does get to speak, he's going to switch so many people over once they hear all of his different views, because he's not just about the freedom dividend. Yeah, that's his driving policy, but he's got so many, over 150 of them on his site. But not everyone is going to go out and look for it. So let your voice be heard. Call the DNC directly and tell them, I want to hear more from Andrew Yang. Direct some more conversations and questions towards Andrew Yang. If you don't, then I see exactly through you. You're trying to control the vote, and I can't stand behind that. I'm voting for Trump. That'll scare him. That will scare him. The number again is 202-863-8000. Call him today. All right. And let's see here. Number 6. Read Yang's policies on Yang 2020. All you have to do is type in Yang 2020. It'll come up. But read all his different policies. So when people start talking about them, you know about the different policies. Like, for instance, when they're talking about the freedom dividend, and they're scared about cutting of social programs. Well, he says for single parents, he wants to actually increase the assistance for these people. If they have 2 people in the household, that's going to be an additional $2,000 a month, an extra $24,000 a year. So in choosing, and it's not going to be that they're going to kick them off. It's going to be more of the fact that you can choose if you want to be on it, or if you want to get the $2,000. So they actually have options, and whichever one makes more for them, that's going to be the one that they choose. So it makes a lot more sense when there's more context behind it. So educate yourself on all his policies. And therefore, when you hear people asking questions like this, you can debunk a lot of the myths right there. All right, number 7, volunteer. If you have a local place, go ahead and volunteer. If not, you can go on Andrew Yang 2020. There are different things you can do. I heard about telebanking, and I'll put a link in there below of another YouTube blogger. She did a whole video on it, and it's amazing. I am not the most elegant when it comes to doing it, so I'm not going to record a video. I will just have you refer to her. Go ahead and subscribe to her. She's awesome. Number 8. Do your own thing. If you have Twitter, if you have Instagram, if you have Facebook, if you have YouTube, do your own thing. Do your own lane. If you're good at something, if you like doing something, if you're thinking about doing something, go ahead and do it. Everyone has influence and everyone has a voice, and someone wants to hear it. So go ahead and do it, even if it's not tons. I only have, 55 subscribers? I'm not a huge YouTube blogger. People don't know who I am, but, I can make my impact where I can make it. And even if you get one, that might be that one person who has more influence. It's kind of like when you get feedback from places, and you tell everybody. It's the same way. We can help spread it. Okay, trying to hurry up so we can get through them all. Talk about it. Talk about Yang to everybody. Let them know that you're interested. There are so many people that don't even know who he is because he's been ignored with the media. So talk about it as much as you can. You know, bring it up. Relate it to real situations in people's lives. Make it relevant and let them know how important it is. And the last thing I would say is represent. You know, if you got stickers, I wish I could afford to get the hat and the shirt and the things to put in my front yard. I would do all of it. Represent. Let people see that, you know, if they're thinking about it, that there are other people that are. Like going up my street, there's no one that has any Yang anything. I've seen one in my city thus far. You know, I would love to put more stuff out there. I just don't have the money to do so. But in any way that you can, go ahead and represent Andrew Yang. Let other people know that other people are thinking about it so they don't feel like it's going to be a wasted vote. They've been suppressing us and making it seem like he doesn't have a presence. He very well does. So help him become more visible. All right, everyone, thank you so much. Those are just my thoughts. Please subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye, Yang Gang 20.